Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tejano Keyboard. Today, we're going to do a little tutorial on the song Tejanita by Rey Reyna. Mi Tejanita, that is. This was a special requested video. We're going to dive into the harmony part first. And I'm going to give you kind of like a personal rendition. We'll make some references to the recording, but I'm going to try to limit how much I actually use of the recording, as one of my videos already got flagged for using copyrighted music. However, I do want to mention that it's being taken care of because this all falls within the fair use law, section 107, having to do with educational purposes. Okay. So I will try to limit, just to kind of keep all that stuff at bay, so to speak. Okay, so oops. Okay, let's start with the harmony section to the intro. It's in the key of G. Okay, one sharp, but there'll be a few accidentals in there. So let's start off with, it's going to start in the 4 chord, so C. Da, 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 da. Then that right there is an F 13th, okay? You can voice it 2 different ways. You can voice it like this. Okay, or like this. Okay, this is gonna start off with C. Da 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 da. Then there's your B minor 7th. Da 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 da. This is E raise 5. Raise 9. Okay. So da 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 na 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 da 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 da. A minor. It's just 2, 5, 1. Okay, and all I did there for the 5. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the 5. And this is the 9, flat 9. And that's just, you know, if you happen to just be playing harmony, or even if you're doing it in your left hand, you can just. And then that voicing is or that chord is a G major 7th. If I'm playing lead in the right hand, which typically I am, and chords in the left hand, I won't voice the G. It'll just be implied by the bass player, so it looks like I'm playing B minor 7th, but really it's oh, I'm sorry, it's not a G major 7th, it's a G major 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, major 9th. Okay, so that's the intro, and then the verses are similar. Actually, I think they're identical. So it starts off in G, obviously, and then right there you hear it switch to the 4 chord, tercera, right? Mi preciosa Tejanita. Now here's the thing, is that we had a different video on 2-5-1 chord progressions and their functions within songs. What I usually think of the 4 chord, your tercera. When I think of tercera, I want to do a 2-5-1 chord progression and make 4 my new 1 temporarily. So for example, the 4 chord, or your tercera, is C, right? So how do you get to C if C was your major chord? You go 2-5-1, right? So you go D minor, G dominant, and this is just a flat 9 right there, right? G, dominant 7th, major 3rd, That's a 13th. Never mind. It's a 13th flat 9. Okay. So once again, 2, 5, 1. Okay. So, me gusta andar con mi chica, mi preciosa Tejanita. Right, and then you go to B minor. No, sorry, excuse me. C first. You just walk down C, B minor, A minor. Okay, so once again. Me gusta andar con mi chica, mi preciosa Tejanita, porque me vuelve loco con su cuerpo. That's a 5 chord, right? Your D. Su manera de ser, G. And then you just do 2, 5, 1. It's just a bunch of 2, 5, 1s. Okay. The other thing too, you can jazz things up. Like if you want to play it a little bit more snazzy or whatever, do your own thing. You can do different stuff. Like one thing that I typically do when I'm gonna do a 2, 5, 1, I do chromatic. I do a chromatic walk down to the 2 in 4th note voicings. That's one of the things that I do, not all the time, but for example, I'll play it. So you hear. Oops. There we go. So, su figura es hermosa, chiquita pero picosa. Okay. Once again, excuse my singing. It's just for instructional use, okay? So anyways, once again, E minor, E flat minor, D minor, and there's the beginning of the 2, 5, and then the C in 4th note voicing, right? And then again. Por eso la quiero y por eso la adoro y por ella me muero. Right? Again. Mi Tejanita. And this is kind of similar to the intro, but not really. So C, and then da 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 da. You know, your bass and guitar do that little run, do 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 do, and you land on the F 13th again. Yes, it's a 13th. Okay. Then B, which is your 3 chord. Then a dominant 6, minor 2, dominant 5, right? Mi Tejanita, oh mi Tejanita, da 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 da, mi güerita, baby. And then that leads you to the guitar solos, the same chord. Ba 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 da, ba 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 da da, ba da da da, na 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 na, ba ba da ba da ba da, ba ba da ba da ba da. And keyboard solo. Okay, so that's enough for the harmony section. I think that's enough to get you by. So intro goes like this. Okay, that's the intro. Pretty self-explanatory. It's all in the key of G, with the exception of the E flat from when the harmony goes to the F dominant chord, that F 13th. Okay, so I'll play it again with the harmony this time, and then I'll walk through slowly and explain the chords. So the first chord is C, right? There's your F13 with the E flat. You can also voice it like that. So, oops. Oops. B minor. And then that part, I just finger it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I pick up my hand and then land with whichever third fingering that I feel comfortable with. In my case, I happen to land on index and ring, so that's 2 and 4. So. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do that. And then it just arpeggiates up like an E minor. Oops. And to me, that I think of that as like that G major ninth. Okay. So all together now. Actually, I'll do it with the recording here. Okay. Now for the solo section, goes to the guitar part. And let me find it. Okay, so the way that works, and there was a couple mistakes in there, but just so it won't take up too much time, the keyboard solo starts off in a C major 7th with the C on top, and it's just an arpeggio, and then that's this chord, which is C minor with the major 7th. Okay. And then this is B minor 7th with the B on top. And then they do the diminished arpeggio. And then you end on this would be A minor 9th without the A in the bass. And then dominant 7th, you've got your this is a D dominant 7th without the D in the D will be in the bass. It's implied, so you have your 7th, 9th, major 3rd, 7th, 9th, major 3rd, and 13th. So and then this would be I want to say it's a flat 13th, but that doesn't make sense. So it would be, I guess it could be a flat 13th. We did a video about how you're not supposed to call the chords, the alter chords by the 11th or 13th, but rather by the 5th and the 9th. So this would be like a raise 5. But because it's going, and it's going to resolve this way, it's okay. We'll call it a flat 13th, because here's the 13th, flat 13th, and then that becomes the 9th of the next chord of the G. So just wiggling your fingers. But that's it. So yeah, the chords are that C major seventh, F with the major seventh in there. The F, I guess that'd be dominant ninth with the major seventh up here. The F is implied in the bass. Oops. And then B minor. And then the arpeggio. It's A minor, but the A is implied, and then you do the okay. So hopefully that was helpful. Remember, practice it slowly with the metronome, and then slowly speed it up. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is a great song. I really like this one. Rey Reyna is one of the top vocalists in Tejano music, if you ask me. He's a very good singer and has got a good band. So if you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to send them to me. I read all of them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be posting a blog here pretty soon in regards to everybody who's, well, most of the people that have emailed me. There's a couple of them that are having to do with some private matters about personal practice and stuff like that, and I'll leave those out. But thank you for the encouraging words. I hope that you guys feel inspired to kind of go on your own and start creating your own music, you know. Joel Guzman told me once, if you're going to do something, make sure you're not doing it exactly like somebody has already done it already. So with these videos, I'm just kind of showing you a loose representation of how other people have done things in the past, but the goal of this is not for you to copy what I'm doing, but rather for you guys to get ideas from what I'm doing and make it your own, okay? There's no sense in sounding like another keyboard player if, you know, they already sound like that. So I'm sorry, I'll get off my soapbox. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos once again, and have fun practicing. Thanks.